Hello, my name is Mark Wilkinson from Edinburgh, and I am standing in the general election in Edinburgh South West. I almost always have goosebumps when I explain this. A divine intervention of sorts has shown me clearly what is the single linchpin flaw in our current system of politics. The reason I have goosebumps is I've also been shown the solution to how to remove this linchpin flaw from our system of politics. For these two reasons, I plead with you to listen to the whole video, after which you will definitely consider contributing to our campaigns in Rochdale and Edinburgh South West. The objective deserves the best shot with your help, especially as there is a chance of success. Let me tell you that this is not about me, I'm just the messenger. This is about changing the world now. What will happen in Rochdale and Edinburgh South West will have ramifications to come for all 650 Westminster constituencies. So wherever you are, please listen. Your support will be shared equally between the two constituencies, and the strategy described below will be similar for both constituencies. The Rochdale February 2024 by-election will be written in the history books as the moment politics in the UK changed. George Galloway won with over 12,000 votes. Far more significantly, a local businessman, David Tully, took 6,600 votes. The Conservatives took 3,700 votes. The Labour candidate was suspended from the Labour Party, so only took 2,400. I will go in more detail about the significance of Rochdale in a moment. For now, how often have you heard people saying that they only have the choice of voting for the best of two evils, or three evils? The choices are vote for the blue Tories, the red Tories, or the yellow Tories. Voting for the best of evil is a vote for evil. It's a tactical vote that endorses evil. The tide has changed, and people are not prepared to endorse evil anymore. People are politically homeless, and I have been shown the solution. Together we can tackle this political homelessness successfully. First, let me explain the linchpin flaw. Take an architect student. All they want is to become a career architect. Of course, it's perfectly normal. It's just human nature. By the same token, take someone who wants to become a politician. All they want is to become a career politician. It's perfectly normal. It's just human nature. As individuals, they cannot be faulted for wanting to become career politicians. Therein lies the linchpin flaw. Because to become a career politician, they must choose a party. They must toe that party's line. Despite their good intentions, they will discover that their loyalty to their own career and their loyalty to their own party are greater than their loyalty to the people who elected them and the people that they represent. The people that they represent will see this and will become disenfranchised to the point that they lose trust in their politicians. Career politicians are the flaw in our system of politics. This is why almost everyone is feeling politically homeless, and that is why people are no longer prepared to endorse evil, even as a tactical vote. Goosebumps. The reason I have goosebumps every time I talk to people about this is I have been shown the solution to removing this flaw. This is not about me, I'm just the messenger. This is about you. The solution is for us, for you to create over 100 new political parties in the UK. One party per town, or per city, or per region. The purpose of these local parties is to stand in Westminster and local elections. In Edinburgh, the party is called Edinburgh People. And in Rochdale, the party is called Rochdale People. You will ask, how can a new party get first past the post in competition with the big parties? The answer is twofold. First, we need a single issue party so that we can have no division within the party. And we can rally people from all walks of life around the single issue. People from the left and from the right, rich people and poor people, black people and white people. Secondly, We need for this single issue to have the largest possible mass appeal locally within the town, city or region. So in Rochdale, the single issue for the party will be just the two words, Rochdale people. The purpose of Rochdale People is to first and foremost represent the interests of the people of Rochdale at the expense of national interests, international interests, commercial, lobby and other interests. In the February 2024 by-election, David Tully secured 6,600 votes as an independent on the simple platform of wanting to make Rochdale a better place for the people of Rochdale. There is a fundamental problem, however, with the concept of an independent candidate. It's quite democratic, as anyone can stand as an independent. At the same time, it is also totally undemocratic, as it relies on the whim of one man or one woman deciding to stand, and that decision itself has no democratic mandate. Their policies are also just what policies they chose, again, with no democratic legitimacy. They just hope that enough people agree with their policies. There's an additional problem with independent candidates, and that is that they are usually here today, gone tomorrow. People know that, so are less drawn to vote for independent candidates. David Tully in Rochdale is a case in point. On Tuesday, the 28th of May, I spoke to Tully for 40 minutes and I could not persuade him to stand again in the general election, as it was too soon. And the by-election had been too much for him and his family. On Wednesday, I designed and printed a Rochdale People letter addressed to Dear Rochdale People. And on Thursday, I just drove from Edinburgh unannounced to see Tully in his car repair garage and spent almost 2 hours failing to persuade Tully, his wife and his son that David Tully should stand again. I truly believe that we need to build on what the people of Rochdale have achieved in the by-election, thanks to Tully. There must be a legacy that comes from this achievement now. So, I spent another 5 hours trying to find someone to stand. Nick Buckley invited me to his home. He got 50,000 votes in the Greater Manchester election for mayor. I spent 2 hours trying to persuade him to stand in Rochdale, but he's standing in Oldham. Maybe one day he will launch Oldham People. Eventually, on Friday morning, I got an email from Kyle Rickards, who had been the election agent for one of the other independents in the by-election, saying that he will stand, and he is now co-founder of Rochdale People. 7,800 Rochdale people voted for independent candidates, which is more than a quarter of the votes. These people are honourable people, as they were not prepared to endorse evil, and they want an alternative. The plan is to campaign and canvass in Rochdale, asking these 7,000 people to join Rochdale People, a new party for the people of Rochdale, by the people of Rochdale. The membership fees for joining are voluntary, so anyone can join and get involved, especially if they cannot afford any fees or if they are not normally politically engaged. The constitutions of Rochdale People and that of Edinburgh People are for a grassroots democratic party where there is one person, one vote. There are 4 reasons for people to join. Number 1 is to fund the party. 2 is that it will be the members of the party who will propose policy for which they will need the endorsement of 10% of the membership. 3 is that it will be the members who vote on policies, and a 2/3 majority vote will secure a policy for the party's manifesto. And number 4 is that the members will vote and choose who their candidate will be for Westminster and local elections. This last point will ensure that we do not have career politicians unless they are reselected by the party membership. The plan in Rochdale is to inspire 1,000 Rochdale people to join Rochdale People from the 7,000 who voted for independent candidates in the by-election before the general election. For the general election, we expect to win 4,000 to 6,000 votes. However, we could double that. George Galloway's 12,000 votes will be split 50-50 with Labour. In the 2019 general election, 14,800 voted Conservative, but in the by-election only 3,700 voted Conservative. So the Conservative support are looking for an alternative. Voting Rochdale People is the perfect alternative to the warmongering Labour and Conservative parties. After the general election, the plan is to recanvass the whole of Rochdale again, to find all the people who voted for Rochdale People and to also ask them to join. The target is to have 2,000 members within 4 months of the election, averaging voluntary membership fees of £5 per person. This would equate to £10,000 per month and £120,000 per annum. With almost 5 years until the next election, Rochdale People could have a war chest of £500,000. They can only spend around £30,000 during the next election, so Rochdale People would have to employ people to provide services to the community. And they could distribute a monthly newsletter which would cost around £2,000. What Kyle and I are going to attempt in Rochdale and Edinburgh is of such significance because if we succeed in getting a few thousand votes each, Rochdale People and Edinburgh People will have 5 years to build on this before the next general election. We need support from all over the UK because if we succeed, what we have started will be copied all over the UK. Thank you in advance for your support and feel free to email me with any questions. Almost everyone loves our slogan. Do not elect politicians again, elect people. Thank you very much.